So here's a quick one about a young guy, just 20 years old, has been given a real dose of reality after finding out that his girlfriend, who he thought was pure when he met her, turned out to be the town bicycle. And of course, he kicked her to the curb, and she begged him to come back, and, well, you all know how that goes. Titled, My Girlfriend's Lying About Her Past. He says, I need a little advice here. About 2 weeks ago, me and my girlfriend of 2.5 years broke up after I found out that she was lying to me about her past. I'll add the fact that I'm 20 now, and we started dating when I turned 18 years old. 2.5 years he's with her and finds out that she's a complete and total liar. Yes, he wasted 2.5 years, but if he gained this great knowledge at 20, he's way ahead of most dudes. My ex was a really good girl. Really, dude? And a really good girlfriend to me. No, she wasn't. I know I'm young, but I really wanted to have my future with her and grow together until we got married and had our family one day. Bro, smack. That should not be your priority and occupying your mind at this age. Making something of yourself in this world outside family and shit should be your top thing, not her. But she knows this, and that's why she's got away with things. She was basically my dream girl and everything I wanted personality-wise. Smack. Stop this. You're put on a pedestal. And she wasn't your dream girl, as you now know. While we were talking, we would talk about each other's past. And I told her mine truthfully, and she told me that she hadn't been with any guys. No kissing, no sex, nothing basically. She would make it a point while we were together, and how it was her first for everything, and made me feel special about this basically. So I'm going to say what you're all thinking here. If she was so pure when they got together, and this guy was her first and everything, wouldn't he be able to tell, the first time they did the deed? Unless, well, you get the point here. Something's off here. I don't mind that she has a past, as she was single, but it really effed with me, the fact that she lied for 2 years. Well, guys, there's a past and there's a past. If she had a couple boyfriends before this dude, and they hooked up, that's one thing. If she hooked up with 30 freaking dudes throughout high school, that's something else, by 18 years old. I always had a weird feeling she was lying and would consistently try to communicate that I felt she was lying and would always ask her if I was really the only guy. So even then, his gut told him something was off. So she wasn't so nice and great and good girl like you thought. And by the way, guys, it's been my experience. You all, I gotta say this. How many of you guys have encountered, whether you're really young, high school, college, or when you're older, a gal or girl or woman that just had that good girl thing about her? Oh, she's a good girl. Girl next door. Well, let me tell you something. These good girls, these sweet and innocent types, are usually the most crazy, wild ones on multiple fronts. They're the ones who really end up with the Chads and Tyrones and, For 2 years, she lied to my face and would even gaslight me by making me feel like I'm torturing her by continuing to ask her about her past. The fact he kept asking told you something's wrong. She would get mad and say, she's been telling me the same thing for 2 years and the truth's not going to change. It turns out she's been lying the entire time and basically manipulating me into believing what she's saying is the truth. See, at 18 years old, 19 years old, she's already a master at this. It's hard to explain how she lied to me. I guess you just needed to experience someone lying to your face. But she really, really made me believe that she was saying and believe what she was saying is the truth. This really fucks my mind up. Again, guys, by the time they're young adults, not necessarily behaving like adults, but legally adults, they're masters at this because they start young. They start the lies and manipulation early on. I mean, how many of you guys have seen this? Or maybe this has happened to you if you're honest. Your young daughters, little girls, they learn how to manipulate their dads. For you fathers out there that have daughters, you know what I'm fucking talking about here. The shit they pull, whether you fall for it or not, or their brothers, or the boys at school, or the male teachers. Yes. Now, I'm not saying every gal does this to this extent. They certainly are capable. But you women watching know darn well this shit was going on very early on. So by the time they're 18 years old, they're fucking masters at it. As of now, we are broken up, but I have forgiven her for her mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, and she said she only lied so she wouldn't lose me. I guess this makes sense, so I forgave her. I have no problem with you forgiving her so you're not walking around pissed off and angry all the time, but you better not forget and understand this is how they operate. And don't use this as an opportunity for her to get you back. because she's not going to change. You can't have a relationship without trust. And who the fuck wants to be with the town bicycle? However, I know that the relationship can never be the same, and I need time to myself to get over her lying to me. She keeps asking to fix things, and I told her I would give her a second chance down the line when I'm over this, but honestly, I don't think I can ever believe anything she says again. Don't you do it, man. You're doing good now. But if you take her back, that's going to communicate to her all she has to do is turn on the waterworks, the love bombing, the begging and pleading, and eventually you'll cave and guarantee everything's going to go back to normal. And by the way, I don't believe for a second that the 2.5 years you're together, the town bicycle didn't stop going around the town. No way. Even now, when she tries to explain herself, it sounds like she's lying and trying to save face as much as possible. Trust your gut, dude. You didn't trust your gut. Your gut told you before something was up, and you kept bringing it up, and now trust your gut. Don't go back with her. How would you guys handle this? Is it normal for your girlfriend to lie about her past? Unfortunately, it's extremely normal for women to lie about their past and a lot of shit. Really. Is there even a point in telling her I'll give her a second chance, or should I just fully cut her off? I don't think I'll ever trust her again or believe anything she has to say, but I still have some love for her. As much as she hurt me by lying, once I see her crying, I can't really stay mad and feel like I should fix things with her. Smack! And that is the power of the tears, and she's manipulating you. Don't fall for it. I honestly don't want to live like the rest of my life like this, overthinking that she's lying to me, but I still love her, so I don't know what to do. Smack! Knock some sense into you. Okay, number one, no, don't get back with her. You need to go cold turkey on her. Block her everywhere. Say it's not happening. No second chance. Don't be a fucking liar again. Don't be a town bicycle, but we're done. Over. End of story. And move on. And it'll probably be one of the hardest things you ever have to go through because, you're a young guy. You have vision, a future with her. Many guys did the same thing that you did when you were that young with that girlfriend who you thought was amazing, the best thing ever, and you pictured your future with her. I did that shit. Lots of guys did that shit. But you'll be amazed how quickly you can get over it. But you got to have a life. If you have no friends, no goals, no ambitions, and stuff like that, and you're just sitting around with nothing else going on, you're going to obsess over her. But if you have bros to hang out with, you have something you're working towards, like a school or getting a expertise in some trade, and maybe eventually when you recover, dating another chick, that's the only way you're going to get over her. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot harder. But you got to cut her off. You can't trust her. She's full of shit. And I guarantee you she's probably cheating on you while you're with her, Miss Pure and Innocent. I don't know how you didn't think that she wasn't a virgin, but fine, whatever. Some guys go into a relationship where one part of her is a virgin, but the other two entry points are not a virgin, if you get my drift here. So who knows what was going on in his situation. But move on, end of story. And what other question he had? He's talking about the crying. Dude, that's one of the superpowers. The tears. So I say Hobag Handbook Chapter 2, because that's what they do. The tears, things don't work out. And you don't want to live the rest of your life overthinking things. Well, then don't be with her. Because you're never going to ever stop thinking about her lying. What is she lying about now? I see her texting that guy. I see her texting. Who's she talking to? She's going out with her girlfriends. What's she up to? It's no way to live. And you have a relationship, you got to have trust. Okay, and yeah, you can set yourself up to be screwed over, but when you have a girl that's proven that, don't do it. She's not going to change. But if you have to suffer more, then take her back, and you'll see what happens. But anyhow, guys, this is an example. He ended with her. Good for him, and he learned the hard way. But hopefully, he goes down the right path.